Today I want to talk about something that I saw on the internet. Yeah, it was a protest letter from France, and it was a protest from the Jehovah's Witnesses because the government in France, I don't know which part, there were a couple of kingdom halls that needed to be removed. They want to remove those. Yeah, they wanted to remove these kingdom halls because people were complaining apparently about it, and also because of what they believe in. People aren't happy with that. Like Jehovah's Witnesses aren't happy with that, and so they have a protest letter they made that they brought that out, and people are probably have to sign it. And I'm going to discuss which points are on the letter and which things are discussed on this letter and what is going to happen next. Because it was I saw a couple of I saw some posts about it, and I wanted to get deeper into this. So yes, let's go. What I wanted to talk about is it reveals that Jehovah's Witnesses in France warned of losing religious status. It reveals that on September 15, 2025, the prefect of Hauts-de-Seine officially notified two of the Jehovah's Witnesses associations: the Religious Association of Jehovah's Witnesses of France and the Christian Federation of Jehovah's Witnesses of France, of the intention to withdraw their legal recognition as religious associations. The decision is based on reports from Mivi Lut, maybe I'm saying it wrong, I'm sorry if I do, the Interministerial Mission for Vigilance and the Fight Against Sectarian Abuses, a French government body that monitors and reports on cultic and coercive practices. Mivilut claims that Jehovah's Witnesses engage in a practice that undermine freedom of association and public order, particularly citing ostracism and psychological pressure against those who wish to leave. The letter warns that if this recognition is revoked, Jehovah's Witnesses could lose their tax benefits and ability to receive legacies. The Council of Ministries could dissolve their religious association, resulting in the loss of properties used for worship. So that's absolutely a lot to talk about already. People are done with Jehovah's Witnesses and their practices that are harmful for other people. And I've been talking about this a couple of videos ago, how harmful it is for people to, people are ending up going to a psychiatrist or whatever, psychiatrist with these problems that they have all of a sudden just ripped out of their crib because they are not doing what is being asked of them. And so people don't want anything to do with them anymore. And then this is pretty harsh. Like, these are federations that are looking into cult experiences, and it's very clear that these experiences are not good for people and their development and their experience on earth, right? It's not for nothing that these things are happening and that they are being looked closer with a microscopic view on this experience. I think it's very good to see the experience for me as well. Like, I have been in a Jehovah's Witness religion, or like a cult. It's a cult. But I see now, actually, this is the first time I'm really seeing what I've been feeling for almost my whole life when I was there. And you have questions when you leave the experience. So I think it's a very good thing to see those things and to notice that other people are noticing as well. Because usually you're not really seeing other people being engaged with it. Sometimes I see very, very aggressive things about Jehovah's Witnesses, and I get it. I understand that as people are very extremely aggressive about certain points, because I have been there and I also see the problems within these experiences. But there's so much going on. There's so much wrong about it. But getting back into the things that the people in France, or like the federations in France, against the cultic practices are, or like sectarian practices are going after, is it's pretty wild. It's pretty, yeah, it's like the French, and I know because I'm half French, are not effing around. They are not effing around, they are very clear. So their taxes, their benefits, the beneficials, there's a possibility that they can lose that. And then also basically what they said is that they can lose things such as their kingdom halls. They can lose that. And like the religious status as something that is a good thing will be, they will be shunned now. They will be shunned. And I think they have always been, kind of because of what the belief system is for a lot of people. And they are not making it them easier. Not at all. And I'm happy that people are actually there's an investigation going on. And they can literally use anything. Yeah, they are benefiting from the government, like the other governments, but they choose to have their own governments, right? As Jehovah's Witness, they actually choose to have their own government. And okay, let them. If they don't want to live off this planet and this earth as it is, these governments, of course they want to have the financial benefits, but they just want to live off of it. They're already saying it. They have been saying it for a long time, that you basically can live off. It's not that they exactly say it, but that's what they do. You can live off this government, so our governments can feed the people with lies and problematic things that are being infiltrated in their systems. And yeah, it's literally psychological abuse that they're looking at and investigating. The psychological abuse, then is also physical abuse, and that has also been a thing that was very, very okay for a long time. And they're looking at it, and it's always the same. I am absolutely not. Yeah, I'm not surprised by this experience, what's happening right now in France. So it is interesting. And I'm happy that it's getting exposed now. It's getting investigated. And I know that was happening already. And a lot of people, a lot of beautiful channels, a lot of people are investigating and telling their story. Like, that's what we need. We need people to investigate this further and show what is actually happening. Because they would not show us. But the experience you have and the things you have seen and have discovered, and other people are investigating, and people inside the kingdom halls that are leaving, maybe even are inside and actually talking about that they want to leave, or they are experiencing things that are negative and terrible. But it's not something that Jehovah's Witnesses within the kingdom halls and the elders and the governing body will ever tell you is going to happen. Because no, you need to be positive. Be positive, not critical. No, that is negative. That is what you're doing because you're listening to the devil. Satan is your buddy. Sometimes you have to watch and look the darkness in your eyes. Absolutely, you have to watch the darkness in your own freaking eyes by looking in the mirror and see what is happening. Because there is shit happening that is not okay, and people are finally coming up for that, and then actually are wanting to cut into people's benefits on their taxes and whatever. They can lose all their benefits because they are Jehovah's Witness. But then now there is a letter under their own roof in the Jehovah's Witnesses that are wanting to protest against this. And I saw also a couple of comments under these messages that people shared, that someone said, like, I wonder if Jehovah's Witnesses are able to protest. That is probably not especially a political thing. When it comes to political things, now all of a sudden they can do it. I thought it was no, we're not only going to talk about your religious stuff. So, okay, then you get no benefits, right? Of course, they want to save their ass now. So yeah, now all of a sudden there is a protocol against, there's a protest against the government, and I don't think they're really gonna. And now they have to show their good face to the world. Now they are all of a sudden, they have to show their good face, the good side, the good face to and I see some aspects in the letter, but I'm gonna share this part, is that Jehovah's Witnesses are gathering together, and you have to show like 10 other Jehovah's Witnesses with you to share your experience there, and something like that. I'm getting into it. Okay, so I'm getting into the part where Jehovah's Witnesses are getting back to this message about them maybe losing their benefits and their houses, their kingdom halls, for instance. Jehovah's Witnesses are urged to send respectful letters of protest to the prefect during the week of October 13 this year, obtain contact details from their congregation elders, and make the situation a subject of your prayers. So I'm getting into what is happening here. For the local assemblies of metropolitan and overseas friends. So yeah, the intention to withdraw our association's religious benefits. And two, possible repercussions of the loss of this legal recognition. If the religious state of our associations were no longer legally recognized, we could lose the ability to receive legacies and be deprived of the tax benefits we enjoy on donations and property. Even more worrying, the prefect accuses us of breaches of public order, which amounts to accusing us of criminal acts. Oh, as if they are never doing that. Oh, you're homosexual, you are a criminal, and you need to be punished for that, or absolutely banned, and that is also punishment. The Council of Ministers could use this reason to dissolve our religious associations, which would result in the loss of the real estate used for a worship. Yeah, but you're practicing through what the government is giving you, and what you're brainwash people to give to you to make this happen. And I absolutely don't believe it's only that. Letters of protest to the prefect. The branch is taking steps to respond. So yeah, donations aren't going to be a thing anymore. The branch is taking steps to respond to this intention to withdraw the legal recognition of these two religious associations. If you wish to support this approach, you may consider sending a respectful letter to the prefect of Haute-de-Seine to protest the withdrawal the religious benefits currently enjoyed by these two associations. This letter should be sent during the week of October 13. 4. The congregation elders can provide you with the prefect's contact information as well as information you might want to mention in your letters. We ask that you make the situation a subject of your prayers. And then blah blah blah. Bible verse blah blah blah. We are confident that Jehovah will continue to bless his servants and that no weapon made against us will prevail. I freaking hope so it will. So this is what happened. This is, I think, I love this. I love this is happening. Because it needs to be investigated, because everything happens behind closed doors and is very harmful for people, very painful. So like the French are not taking any shit, not at all. And so the French, yeah, they might actually remove it, and I hope it's gonna work out. And no, I don't know. Am I really thinking it's gonna work out? I don't know. It's a very direct thing, but according to the investigations and the things that they have been getting through from people and probably investigating more of these things, is that it was not, yeah, of course, the things that they have described are actually happening with the Jehovah's Witnesses. So it's not something that they lied, they're actually happening. They are written as well. And a lot of people have experienced this as well. They are not lying about this. I want people, ex-Jehovah's Witnesses, to be heard, you know? I'm actually exposing my ear right now because I want Jehovah's Witnesses to be, ex-Jehovah's Witnesses to actually be heard. What kind of crap they've been through, you know? And what they're going through when they're not seeing their families, they're not with their partner anymore. What kind of heartbreak and stuff, harm it costs to them. I cannot emphasize this enough. It's crazy. It's crazy. I'm so happy that actually no one in my family ever just like pushed us away. But like my parents are, they are never getting into that. They never did. They never pushed us away. But I saw that they were quiet about things, or they were like, no, I am right and you are wrong, and blah 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 blah. So my mouth was shut, but they never shunned me. But they have been also not really contacting me, or like especially recently. I'm gonna be honest. Like my parents are not really contacting me anymore. They used to when I was younger, and my siblings were younger, but now not so much. Not so much anymore. Like they enjoy when I'm coming over, but I'm not seeing them that much anymore. So not when I'm not getting to them, but they're also older now. Maybe that has something to do. But I want people that are actually not seeing their parents anymore, not their siblings, and don't have a partner anymore because they were thinking, they were maybe believing in something else, and it was not adding up for Jehovah's Witnesses. I want these people to be heard. Jehovah's Witnesses can do whatever the frick they want. But no, actually not. Actually not. They cannot. I think they should not do what they are doing. And it is harmful, and they don't care. They actually, yes, they're ostracizing. They're putting their heads in the sand and act like nothing ever happened. Just no, look at now. Look at the positivity we're actually outing out there. Please, you cannot talk about it. There's no way of discussion. So then the repercussions have to get into it. If it, I wonder what has been found there. The reason why this is stopping. I really wonder what is actually found, and what they think. Maybe I have to get into it because this is very interesting. So these federations have to get into that to see what they're actually seeing when it comes to Jehovah's Witnesses. That is very interesting. So yeah, if you're Jehovah's Witness, pray hard. Let me know what you think. Like, have you seen this message maybe before? What do you think about this topic? I would like to know. Thank you very much for watching. And I have to say, as usual, I'm gonna say it. Peace.